Hey everyone, happy Friday. Happy Good Friday, actually. It is April something. I don't even know. April 7th, I think. So accidentally missed last week, and by accidentally, I actually started the weekend before last recording videos. So I had no intent of missing last Friday, but I did start a long fast, which I've done long fasts before. Also, hi, my name is Kelly Ann. Welcome if you are new here, and welcome back if you're returning. Um, sorry, I just kind of just wanted to jump right in. But now I forget where I left off. Oh, this is like my fourth or fifth like long fast, and it ends Wednesday midday. It ends Wednesday midday. That's where it's at. So I will say that I had started recording, and I probably could have left those clips in. It was from the first like couple of days and I still felt really fine. But previously, whenever I had first started fasting about 3.5 years ago, I had already shifted like my food. So I wasn't in my first couple of like really long fasts, I wasn't detoxing food, or like bad food. I was detoxing like cellular waste and like heavy metal toxins and things like that, and just like cell renewals. This time though, because I went off my keto, and I'm not saying that I ate bad every day. I'm not saying that I ate bad the entire time. And by bad, I mean like processed food. I had fast food. I basically did whatever I wanted ever since Potter died for about 6 months. And I had started cleaning up my food, but I hadn't fully cleaned up my food. And I wanted to jump into a fast to kind of detox and clean my whole system out, so that way I could get back to living keto, because I genuinely feel better on it. And this has been so rough, because not only have I been detoxing heavy metal toxins, not only have I been detoxing cellular waste and like everything rejuvenating and like and rebuilding and all that, but I've also been detoxing my crappy food that I was putting into my body for like 6 months. So I'm on like day 16, day 17. I don't know. I've lost count. So I've had water and electrolytes and flavored water. That is 0 calorie. That's the extent of that I've had. Oh, and vitamins. Okay. Like I still take my vitamins, but, so it is possible, but you have to train up for it. This one I kind of just jumped into, but I have done it before. So like I knew like I knew what to eat to go into it. I know what to eat to come out of it and all that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit less scary if you've done it before, but if you've never done it before, I don't recommend it without training up for it. So, and I just drank some water, so now I have the hiccups. Great timing. Great timing. But anyways, so I had recorded 3 or 4, like snippet videos of what I was working on at the very beginning of my fast. And, because I was still like working on things and I still had the energy to do that. And it's around like day 4 or 5 that like it really hit me. And I basically hadn't crafted or done anything. Thursday night, I had to watch the quilt out at the fairground for two hours, and we ended up only being out there for an hour because the weather was so bad that they closed early. I took a cross stitch out and I did a little bit, but it's not worth showing. I did like 20 stitches, so I don't even have it in here. It's literally not worth showing you. You wouldn't notice any progress at all. I don't even notice any progress. Because like I was I was talking with patrons and things like that. And I was talking with the other members who were there with me, or like from the previous shift. And then we got closed down early. So, it wasn't a whole lot of time that I got to work on it. So yeah. So other than that, yesterday, oh, that was Wednesday night. Yesterday, I did get started on my final 4 EC blocks. My final 2 sets of EC blocks. I still haven't squared up blocks set 7 and 8, but this is sets 9 and 10. I need to press these open so that way I can add the other 2 sides, press those, square them up, then add the outsides. But so the start of the bunny ones and these ones are all a little bit different, but the start of, they have alligators. So most of them have an alligator, and I could have made them all have an alligator, but I thought it was fun to kind of like mix it up. Some have like these really pretty flowers, and then a couple have these like palm or monstera leaves kind of things. So, so I have those going as well. Yeah, like I said, I need to press them open. So the other thing that I actually, in the first 3 clips, I did get work on was the duck and weave quilt. So I did get this started. And there's 15 rows. So I grouped them into groups of 3. So that way there would be 5 sections. And I fully got 2 sections completed. So I have 6 rows done. So it's done really odd, okay? But the effect is really cool. So you put it together like this, and it's all like jagged. And then once you have it done, you turn it, and like this becomes the top and the sides. And so yeah, this at some point is going to be a corner. It's hard to explain. So I have section 3 going, and so I'm trying to get my EC blocks done because they have an actual deadline. Paige knows that I've been like really super under the weather, so she knows that I haven't made very much or any progress since the last time that we talked about it. I saw her Monday at our Quilt Guild meeting, and I told her that I've made no more progress. So she knows where I'm at with it. But she doesn't need it quite yet. But I want to finish these blocks because they have an actual deadline for whenever I need to mail them out. Then I'm going to do the duck and weave, and I'm going to get that finished. And then I'm going to start on the cat quilt because, and I think in one of the videos we talked about, I said like when it was going to start and stuff, but we're going to push it back actually. I talked to Kim, and we're going to push it back solely because there is a particular fabric that I want for my borders, and it is not out yet, and it's going to ship later this month. So, I'm going to I want to get this done so that way I can focus on the cat quilt and get all of the videos done up until the very last couple of videos, which would be like adding the borders. So that way, all of that is done. But anyways, I think we're going to make it more of like a summer release. We were going to start it May 31st, but I think we're just going to push it back like maybe 2 weeks. So it's going to be, instead of like all of June ending in July, I think it's going to be June and July. So it's going to be like a summer sew along. And I forgot something in the other room. So one sec. Okay, I had to go run and grab something out of the other room, but I also grabbed Stella so that way she can just say hi, say hello, and say hi to you guys. Ooh. So, let's see. I was also supposed to drop the baby quilt off with Jamie on Monday, but she wasn't able to make it to the meeting. So I am meeting up with her tomorrow morning to drop that off to her. And she said that she'll be able to get it back to me by next Friday, which then gives me a week to put on the binding and finish it up. So that way I can give it to my cousins because the baby shower is the next weekend. Let's see what else. I also tomorrow pick up my quilts from the fair. I didn't win any ribbons, but I also knew that I wasn't going to. Like really big traditional type quilts are what win, but it was really fun to put something like different in there. I helped tally like viewers' choice because every night you have to tally those from that day. So I do know that my Potter quilt is like in the top like 4 of the viewers' choice. It might even be in 3rd. I honestly can't remember, but it does have a fair amount of votes, but it's not enough to win. So it's fine. It's a winner in my heart, and I'm really excited to have them home after tomorrow. So I do have some haul. I splurged a little bit this month because I got my promotion. And at some point this month, I'm going to get a supplemental that goes into my account. And I don't know yet how much it's for, but I allowed myself to splurge. And a little bit of my haul is also from my commission stuff from Montgomery. So a tiny bit of haul, and I have 2 other things coming in the mail. They aren't here yet, so I'll show them next time. But I did get something at my quilt guild. So in my quilt guild, every month we used to call it the slush fund, and now it's called the fun exchange. They changed it for like, I don't know. They just didn't think slush fund looked really good on like tax, like where the money came from, like on tax rolls for a nonprofit. Which I totally understand, but like for the first many years that I was a part of the guild, it was called the slush fund, but it is called the fun exchange. And basically what it is if you win something, and even if you don't, you donate something back that can be put as a prize, and you pay $1 a ticket, period. It's no like if you pay $5, you get 6 or anything like that. It is $1 a ticket. I almost never have cash. I mean, like now I do because I'm doing the cash envelope stuffing, but I genuinely almost never have cash. And this was donated either in January or February. I can't remember. Oh, maybe it was in February. Anyways, so this was donated recently, and so she decided to go ahead and put it in there. This was published in, I know it says it, but I don't remember off the top of my head. It wasn't that long ago. This was published in 2012, so 10 years ago. But they're obviously out of print, but it's a perpetual quilt block calendar. And on Amazon, since it's out of print, we did look it up. On Amazon, its value is $124 to $136. Like $136 new, $124 used. And so it's 365 quilt block patterns. So you can put together like your own quilts. And it has like the pattern and the pieces and everything that you need. So I'll just turn to like a random one. But like, okay, so let's see. Oh, I'll just do my birthday. So my birthday is the windmill number 2. And it's gonna, like, its final size is 8 inches. Or that might, I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if the 8 inches is final size or final, like, with salvage. You know what I mean? So like final size is actually 7.5, but I think it's 8 finished. Let's see. A 2.5 plus 4.5 is 7 plus 2.5. Okay, yeah. So the size on here is the finished size, like in the quilt. So you can do like your own block of the month. You can do your own like row by row. You can put together like your own designs by like randomly like landing on a date. And so like March 5th is the opposite side, and it's also an 8-inch. But there's 8 inches in here. There's 10. I know that there's a couple of 12s. Yeah, there's a 12. There's 9s, 6s. So there's a bunch of different ones. Some you've obviously seen, and some you've probably never heard of or seen before, but it's so freaking cool. And so I saw that she had already had put it out. And so I bought 3 tickets. That's it. That's what I had ones for. I bought 3 tickets and I put them all in the container for this guy, because there was 4 different door prizes. And anyways, my ticket got pulled. So that was pretty neat. So I need to find something to turn in next month to replace it. But yeah, this was so exciting. The few times that I've done the slush fund or the fun exchange, I almost never win. I almost never win the door prizes or anything like that. I didn't even remember to put my name in the door prize this month. To be quite honest, that one is free. Just showing up, you can fill out a ticket for the door prize. And it's 2 to 3 winners every month. But they also ask, like, if you win, bring something for like later on. But, okay. So one of the things that I got in my like splurge, and whenever I say splurge, like it was still only around like $100. So it wasn't a crazy splurge. It was just a tiny splurge. I got a lot of stuff actually. So, I got some new labels. This is what isn't in yet. A set of Riley Blake labels that like recently came out that are just very different from what I have. But they're also still vintagey, but they're just a different vibe. Plus half a yard. And then I got 4 yards of one of my favorite starry fabrics, because the other favorite of mine, I literally cannot find anywhere. And so 4 yards, half a yard, and a label panel, 4 fat quarters that I'll show you here in a minute, and 2 yards of 108 Cosmo, I think it was called Cosmo or Cosmic. I don't know. It's the same color as my Snoopy quilt for the backing of my Snoopy quilt. So that way, hopefully I can get that, quilted, soon. So right now I'm saving up to have the cat quilt quilted. So that way we can have that on display for selling kits and promoting the sew along. But then after that, I am saving up because the designer of the origami confetti quilt, if you were a tester for her, she's doing a special deal with us that the designer of the quilt will quilt our samples for us, which is so exciting. So I'm going to have the designer quilt mine. And then I have that coupon from answering that survey for that one shop. And I've already talked to her about doing my Snoopy quilt. And so I'm going to have this sent to that lady to do my Snoopy quilt with the Woodstock print called Flutter 2. So anyways, it was on sale, with free shipping. So I went ahead and got it. It's from Daisy Designs Quilting on Etsy. So check them out. Daisy Designs Quilting. They have some good stuff on there. Okay. The next one that I got these 4 fat quarters for the cat quilt, actually. Well, not one of them. I really wish I would have gotten a half yard of this one because just so much gets cut off, but I love this print so much. So at some point I am going to find more of this because there are parts of it that I don't have and I really want it. But this was from Florida too. And it's just so pretty. I definitely want more of this. I'm glad that I got a little sliver of it, Because also I ordered fat quarters, but she sent them as 1/4. So that's the only thing that I'm like slightly irritated about. But that's okay. That is okay. But anyways, it's this really cute, like corally scene. It's colorful. They also had this scene in a less colorful version. It's like a more monochrome version, but I really loved the colorful one. And yeah, I think there's just, I don't know. I think there's more to the scene. I could be wrong about that, but I just want more of this. So, I'm going to have to find more, and I'm going to have to get a bigger cut of this. I just absolutely love this. I love the watercolor of it. For those of you that don't know, I have 2 degrees in agriculture, but I also got accepted to Texas A&M Galveston, and I just didn't end up going there, for marine biology. So I love marine life. I love it. So this shop is Cotton Field Shop. They are out of Kent, Ohio. Where is the Daisy shop out of? Does it say? I can't remember where it came from. Like, I mean, obviously I know the shop name, but I can't remember where they were located. But Cotton Field Shop on Etsy, and they are out of Kent, Ohio. Both came very fast. So I did get these though for the cat quilt because there's just some colors that I don't typically use even in Ruby Star in any of my quilts. And I needed more color variation for the backgrounds of my cats. So I got this one. I have had this fabric before, but I had it in the pink colorway. So this time I got it in the blue colorway, and this is from the Tomato line, but I got the little pastas in the like light pale grayish blue color. Bow tie pasta is still always going to be hands down one of my favorites. I love farfalla. This is from the Koi Pond collection. And this is one of the ones out of my charm pack that I really wanted to be able to use. But in the charm pack, all of the fishy fabrics, they gave you 1. And I needed 2 charm for it. And I'm so glad that I got this much of the salvage, because the salvage on the Koi Pond line says just keep swimming with little fish around it. And while mine got a little bit cut off, I do have most of it. So I'm excited to use that in something. But I wanted some of these little fishies, because while the cats are going to be made out of goldfish, I thought this would also be kind of cute to make a background with the little tiny fish. So yeah, they look super cute, and they can go any direction, which is great. And then I almost never get any of the reddish, orangey red colors. I almost never gravitate towards them, because it's just not a color that I typically just want to use. Sometimes it depends. So this is also from Tomato, but this came in a couple of colorways. I think blue, a darker, brighter blue, and yellow, I think were the other 2 colors of this. But it's little calendars. And I thought this would be really cute to fussy cut. There is an October, so I thought it would be really cool to kind of like fussy cut some of the pieces to have certain calendars on them. So I thought that would be fun. So also, like I said, I don't have any of that color in my stash. I do, actually. I have 1 piece from a line in that color, but I haven't cut into it yet. And it's a decent sized piece, so I don't want to cut into it until I know what I want to do with it. But I really, really, truly loved the idea of the little calendars. So from Montgomery Quilt Company, one of the things I got, it was her in a bolt sale, and I really liked this. It's 4 3 yards, so this could either be a really good amount for a background fabric or a backing fabric, depending on the size of the quilt. But it was $37.41 for the 4 1/3 yards, because the way that Kim does her into bolts, let me just tell you, the way that Kim does her into bolts, it's on Facebook, by the way, and they're now on Tuesdays. The last Tuesday of the month, okay, the last Tuesday of the month, she does her into bolt sale. And whatever that date is how much the percentage it off is. So if it's the 31st of the month, you get 31%. So this should have cost $31.96, but her end of bolt was supposed to be, I don't know, like the 23rd or 24th or something. I don't know. You'd have to look at a calendar. But whatever the date was, no. What's 31 minus 6? Or no, 5. I don't know. It was like 25% off or something like that. Anyways, that was the new price. So I thought that's a really good deal. Plus, I had $10 off on my account, because that's the other thing. Kim gives anybody who's in a quilt guild 10% off all the time, although this overrides that. So you don't get it whenever you do this, whenever you do in a bolt. But anything else on your purchase, if you're in a guild and it's in the system, you'll get 10% off. But so much every time. You get a point per dollar. And once you hit like a certain amount, I think it's 250 maybe. I think it's 250. Anyways, you get $10 off your next purchase. And you can build them up, or most people use them, but you can build them up if you want. But anyway, so I had $10 off. So I got this for $27.50 basically, which was fantastic. Then I had my credit for making a sample, and then I got my commission for making Richard's quilt. So I went ahead and just used it. I got a half a yard of these cute little carrots. This is by QT Fabrics, and it's called Ink and Arrow. So cute. These little tiny carrots. And then I got this new line from Robin Pickens, came out with wildflowers, and I had to get some of the blue bonnets. I had to. I'm from Texas. It just calls me. So I got that. I got another spool of thread because I always need more thread. So my light gray, I always get the light gray. And then the final thing that I got, and I've already figured out what pattern I want to do with it, and I think I figured out what solids I want to do with it, but this is the B Vintage from Lori Holt. It's the new line. It is so bright and colorful and like 30s, 50s vintage. I absolutely love it. So cute. So I splurged and I got that. But yeah, so not too bad. So I'll have a little bit more haul, and hopefully I'll have more done by next week. Next week, I definitely want to have these last 2 sets put together. Actually, I want to have all of the sets put together, squared up, put in their Ziploc bags, so that way whenever we get the address to send them, I can just send them. That's what I want. That's like my goal. That is what I want to have happen. And I want to have the duck and weave done, and I want to have some of the cat quilt started and worked on. Like, the only thing, well, no, because I'm getting it back next Friday. So not this week. This week, the baby quilt will be with a quilter. Next week, though, the goal will be to put the binding on, because obviously that weekend is the baby shower. So kind of has to get done. But for a hot minute, my attention's going to be on the cat quilt. I've figured out the quantities of the fabrics needed for the skeleton quilt. So just need to get with McKenna to order that, or not order it, to go and buy it and get it. And then I can get to a happy place in the cat quilt, which I don't think will take me very long. It's the only thing that's going to slow me down is recording everything. So getting to a happy spot in the cat quilt where I'm like waiting for borders basically, to where I can put a focus on McKenna's quilt, for a little bit, which will be really great. So that's kind of like where I'm at, with that. And then this summer, my focus is going to be on my crazy Texas quilt that I designed myself. So I think I'm going to take a back seat to starting new things, and I'm going to work on some of like my stuff that I've had going. There is a couple of collections that I truly just want to get, so that way I can like make something from them. So I might still here and there splurge on some fabric, but my goal is going to be to like start saving up and have some of these quilts quilted, because I want to be able to use them, right? Like I don't just make them to sit in a pile, but I also kind of do. A lot of us do, because it's just really expensive. So, that is where I'm at with that, and like kind of like my goals and my plans. I'm starting to get my energy back. Normally I feel like this by the end of the first week, and yeah, this one just took me out for literally almost 2 weeks straight. So I'm glad to finally be feeling a little bit more myself, and able to get stuff done. And it's a holiday weekend, so I hope that y'all have been doing great. I hope that y'all have a great Easter weekend, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.